When Donna mom set up the savings account, right? I didn't see that. When she told me about the savings account, there was about $12,000 in it. And that was in the year 1987. Well, it was maybe before that. I can't tell you exactly what year she did that because it wasn't fair. She gave me money that was locked up against myself and it was in my name. And how could that be? Because I didn't go to the bank and open an account and put money in there myself. And if it was in the bank, frozen, it would have been in my name alone. It wouldn't have been a joint account. It was between 12 and $16,000, somewhere in there. It was less than $20,000. It was more than $10,000. Let's put it that way. And with coins, I guess, decimal points. I must have been about 7 years old when she told me about it, which would have been about 1984. And then she never really left my house, even though that she didn't take out the money and keep it. So she didn't present herself as a thief in my house, but she's not really my mom. If she's charging me for something because she's collecting on the threatening, I don't have a dong genital to secure that she's doing that. I'm female, and she's not due to threaten another female that I'm female. I was feminine child at the time. I'm female now. I don't have a dong genital for the threatening. I am the one who says, if you have a dong genital, there is the father behind that who would say no to something because I don't want to get alive down here over your questions. That's how it's no from the father. But I am the father and I'm alive right here as the female. And the attacking is still going on to myself. Would be in heaven for the attacking, but I'm getting it right here in my face as a female or a feminine child growing up to be a female. And I don't have security on that. I don't have any sort of security at all. I don't know where you think this is going. The dong genitals are deceased is how I'm alive here. And I'm deceasing all the genitals at this point, but I didn't make the threatening that way elsewhere. Like, how do you think this conversation would happen? Somebody would come up to me and say, would you like to come over to my house for an afternoon after school? Or when there's no school, right? Spend some hours at my house. And then my threatening is, yeah, I'm God and I would love to be to see your house and be a guest there because I can see the house as God, because I create houses, but I don't tell you that. That's not why you invited me. You don't really know me, that I create houses and that it's not really anything new to me. I don't need to see your house because I don't have one of my own. I don't need to see your house because I don't know what's inside the house. I create houses. I know what's inside the houses, but in this body, I don't really need that right now. So what's a friend? How do you have this conversation? What is a friend that is being invited kindly? The house has door locking on it. I would never say, can I come over to your house? I'll use a key and enter myself, and I'll see you when I get there. I would never do that. And yet you say, you have a key to your house, you're going to open the door for me, and you're going to let me in. You'll see me when I get there. Yeah, it's not the same thing. I didn't invite you to my house, and you have a key to my house, and you'll see me when you get there. How is this friendly? How do you want me to pay for this with myself and alive? And how do you want me to answer to yourself, because you're the one who's saying you're God, you're opening the door for me. How do you want me to answer to you with myself deceased? When I see you in the afterlife about that I've been to your house as a trespasser, how do you want me to apologize to you that I walked into your house? What is this conversation going to be like in the afterlife after you've locked me? Because it's afterlife, because when I leave your house, you lock it behind myself. That means I'll see you in the afterlife as God. You locked me out of a house because you called me a trespasser. I did something wrong to you. Well, I'm going to be appearing as the creator, founder of the house. And I'm going to say, well, I'm not a trespasser that way. Well, you locked me out as a trespasser. I'm going to say I acknowledge that about you, but I create the house. That's how I'm going to appear in the afterlife. Then why'd you invite me to your house if I create houses and it's nothing new to me? What's in it for me? Well, if I hear this out of somebody like Joel and Myroff or Noah Rickun, I would like them to say, Joel and Myroff will say, I don't want to do gymnastics anymore. I invited you to my house and I locked you out because I was angry. And Noah Rickun will say, I don't want you to say the word sex in my classroom. I invited you to my house and I locked you out because I was angry. Yes, but I'm going to be sitting at the end of a live and I'm going to say, but I create houses. Why'd you invite me into your house when I don't need to see the inside of your house? Because I create houses. It's nothing new to me. And that's you having a locked up affronting problem. You gave me your statement. You don't say the word sex in my classroom. I invited you over to my house because I was angry and I locked you out because that's what you deserve. You don't say the word sex in my classroom. I'm the overlord. I said the word sex. I said hair is not a sex symbol in the classroom when Noah Rickun was in there. And as far as Joelle Myroff is concerned, that's what she would say. She's concerned. I'm not concerned. She's concerned. She was a gymnast at Wisconsin Academy of Gymnastics, where Gail was the custodian of the gym. Gail was pregnant, of course. Yes. Of course, I'm saying Gail was pregnant, of course, because I'm trying to say that Joellen and Gail had a pregnancy problem. That was not my problem. I wasn't asked to be at the gym that was already there. I heard about it already as a gymnast at another gym. This was my second gym that I was at. And Gail was pregnant by the time I got there. So that is the discussion in the afterlife. I would also have to say you have illegal genitals. Joelle Myroff, you have illegal genitals. And Noah Rickun, you have illegal genitals. Then what are you going to say to me after that? I'm telling you, I have nothing in it that you hurt me. This is as far as it's going. And I'm saying it on YouTube. Yes, but you locked me out of a house. I didn't lock you out of a house. And Noah Rickun's worse than that. He sexually abused myself after he locked me out of a house, and I don't know why he did it. Nope, I don't know. You want the car? You're a carjacker? You want to know whose car you're carjacking? That would be true if I didn't know your name was Noah Rickun and you took the car. You know my name the wrong way. I have a driver's license. I have my name in school. You asked me for the car like you met me in a bar and you don't know my name. He's 15 years old from my point of view. If he says he's 16 years old, same as myself, I wouldn't drive there because it's true that I'm not selling the car to somebody else who just got a driver's license. I went there because he's younger than myself. If he was my age, I assume he would have been driving and I wouldn't drive him. I wouldn't drive him. I wouldn't drive him, but I didn't ask him to drive. I didn't offer him a ride. Is this video going to get thrown out? What are you hiding? I'm the overlord, and I create the sex, and I did create sexual abuse, and I'm not allowed in this body. But I killed the order, and that's how I am. The overlord is creating this body, and I am speaking. I am not in full approval of the soul of the superior founder deceased, but it is the body, and I am sort of on display as being bizarre. I say things she doesn't agree with. I lead it right on. And then she says, that's not true that I would speak that way, but I'm letting you speak until I don't agree with you. And then I have to interrupt because I don't agree with you. And it's speaking that way. Yeah, you're speaking, and I'm also speaking that way. I'm not trying to, but it's speaking that way. Should I say this to the illegal genitals of Joel and Myroff and Noah Rickun in the afterlife? Am I just never going to see them again because their genitals are illegal? I realize that, but why did you do the crime on myself? You did crime lording. You crimed an identifiable person, individual. Me. I'm the God form of this world, and you're not supposed to speak to myself because you're not really in deceased with me. You don't have a death on your words with myself. It's like as if you, like a prayer. If you speak to me, it's like a prayer, but I can't answer you because I have genitals. Madonna's song, Like a Prayer, you can talk to me, but I have genitals, is why I can't answer you. That means I'm just talking with my food mouth about myself. You want to know about myself to you? I know, but it's not a back and forth. I am deceased and I have genitals on myself, and you don't really understand what that is. It's not significant. You have illegal genitals is doing that.